Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video I am so excited for. I'm going to be randomly choosing my TBR for March. I'm a little bit of a mood reader, but not too much. I don't mind like picking up any book and starting it, and that's why I think today's video is going to be good to help knock some books off my TBR that I wouldn't necessarily reach for first. I've seen a bunch of people do this where they wrap up their books and then randomly choose that way, but I don't want to waste a bunch of wrapping paper, and also I don't feel like wrapping a whole bunch of books. So I'm gonna write it out on sticky notes and then fold them up and pick that way because I feel like that's a little more eco-friendly. We are going to write down every single one of my books I have on my physical TBR and then randomly pick, I think 10. I think that's a decent amount to start with. Written down in this little tin, and now I'm gonna randomly pick them, and I'm really excited. Also, if you want to know all the books in my physical TBR, I do have that video coming very soon. The first one I got is Better Than the Movies. Oh yes, I just filmed my February wrap-up and I read The Do-Over, and I was saying how I really wanted to read Better Than the Movies, so this one I'm actually really excited for. You guys can look first. What is it? I can't read backwards. I have been putting off reading the last Harry Potter book for so long because I don't want the series to end. I guess we're gonna do it. Next we have Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. I'm actually kind of looking forward to this one. I got this book for Valentine's Day and I'm excited. We're gonna pick one on top this time. I don't know why this makes me so nervous. Forever Interrupted. I have been putting this book off for a while, so I guess it's finally time. No. I got A Little Life and I'm gonna put it back. I'm not ready for the sadness, and also Harry Potter is a huge book and A Little Life is a huge book, and I just can't do two huge books. So okay, got two stuck together, so we're gonna do both of them. Oh, okay. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton and Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. These are two books that I got recently and I'm actually really excited. So now we're at 6. Magnolia Park. This is gonna be such a good reading month. I have also been really wanting to read this one. Okay, I got My Son Marshall, My Son Eminem, which is basically a book about Eminem written by his mom. I've had this book for like 5 years and I've been wanting to read it, so that is an interesting pick. Very diverse selection we have. Only 2 more. After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, another one of our books that I have been putting off. The final one, Roommates by Christina Lauren. I've had this book for like at least a year and a half. It will be good to finally read it, I guess. I'm gonna go pull out all these books from my book stack and then we'll look at them together. Here are all the books. First we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I honestly don't know what this book is about, so let me read. So basically this book is about Liz, and her crush has just moved back into town, and to get her crush to notice her, she is getting the help from her next door neighbor, Wes, and she realizes that maybe she kind of likes Wes. We will see. I've heard this book compared to The Duff, and I love that movie, so I'm really excited to read that one. I don't remember the order in which I pulled the book names out of, so we're just gonna kind of go random. Next is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I don't know what this book is about and I don't want to know, so I'm not going to tell you guys. I like going into my books blind, especially these ones. And I don't know, it's the last of a series. I don't want to spoil anything, but I feel like most people have already read this book because it is literally the most popular series in the world and I'm last to the party, which is fine. It's fine. Next we have All About Love by Dolly Alderton. I am really excited for this one and I know I want to annotate it, so I'm excited to do that too. This is basically a memoir about Dolly Alderton, and It talks about parties, dates, friends, jobs, life, and love. So I'm excited for this one. The font is pretty big and it looks like it's gonna be good. Then we have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I really wanted to read this while it was still kind of winter, so I feel like this is the perfect time. This is about Anastasia, and she's a figure skater, and Nate, who is a hockey player. They have to share a rink and her partner gets injured. So Nate steps in and I'm assuming a romance ensues, because what else would it be about? But I'm excited for a good little sports romance. I haven't read one in literally forever. I think the last one I read was the cheat sheet, so I'm excited for that. Then we have Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. This is just like a bind up of 3 of her novellas, and I've heard people don't like this book, so I'm interested to see what I think. Then I have After I Do and Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. After I Do is about a couple whose marriage is not working, so they decide to take a year apart, and in that year they cannot contact each other. And then they plan on coming back together and seeing how it goes. So this book sounds really interesting. I like this plot. I just read the back of this book and this seems kind of intense. It is about Elsie and Ben, and they meet on New Year's Day, and by May they have eloped, and then 9 days later Ben is struck and killed on impact when he was riding his bike. I'm so interested to read this. This actually sounds really good. I'm glad that this video has forced me to read books that I probably wouldn't have, and I'm excited. Then I have My Son Marshall, My Son Eminem. This is by his mother, and it's basically what it was like being his mother. I have owned this book for like 5 years, and it is so beat up, but I've never actually read it. It's under 250 pages, so hopefully this will be a quicker read, but I'm actually kind of interested to see what it was like from her perspective, although I don't think she's a very good person. So we'll see about that one. And then I have Roomies by Christina Lauren, which I have no idea what it's about, so let me read the back. Okay, so this book seems like a marriage of convenience. Basically, our main character, Holland, has a little crush on a guitarist who plays down in the subway, and she never has the nerve to talk to him until she's attacked and he stops her attacker. So she repays him by contacting her uncle, who is a big musical director on Broadway, and gets him a gig, but he is in the country illegally and his visa is expiring, so she marries him. Definitely not my favorite out of the selection though, but we'll see. And then last but certainly not least, we have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. There is no blurb on the back of the book, so I've heard it's basically Gossip Girl but in London, and there's a bunch of toxic relationships and people either hate it or they absolutely love it. So I'm hoping I'm someone who loves it. This is another book I think I want to annotate, so we'll see. I'm excited though. This should be interesting. So those are all the books for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read any of these books, please let me know in the comments which ones I should start with and what your guys' opinions were about them. Hopefully we will see in my March wrap up if I got to all of these. I'm hoping that I do. So with that, happy March, and I hope you guys have an awesome month, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.